Good evening, friends. Let us start the session right away. Today's topic is skeptical mind. Purpose of this talk, know the power of skeptical mind. Now, a quick question. Are you aware of the power of skeptical mind? If you are aware, put yes. If you are not aware, put no. Because I want to know how many of you are aware of the power. In the chat box. Yes, Devendraji. Yes, Vishnaji, no. Bindu, no. Okay, good. Okay, even if one person does know, okay, that is, the talk is worth it, sharing. Okay, Shashimarji, no. Okay, so the power of skeptical mind. Know how to develop skeptical mind. So once you become aware of the power, then you would like to know, how can I develop a skeptical mind? This webinar is based, as always, I show this slide. Experience, quotes, and thoughts. This is my favorite quotation. Jawaharlal Nehru's facts are facts and will not disappear on account of your likes. The reason it has become a very, I like it very much because very few people, they look at the facts. They keep on arguing with you without any facts. Without facts, when you argue, that is a waste of time and energy. With the facts, yes. When you share facts, then it won't be an argument. It will be a discussion. If you want to have a discussion, then you must share facts. In discussion, there's exchange of light. In argument, there's exchange of heat. Do you agree? If you agree, put A. The difference between argument and discussion. Do you agree? Yes, Roy Cherianji. Thank you. So that is what we find. There is many people, we see that most of the time, arguments. Unproductive, frustrating. As usual, I always do some research to find out whether there are any books on skepticism. Dialogue with a skeptic, skepticism. First, let us take a look at the definition of skeptical mind. A skeptical mind usually doubts or questions anything and everything. You got it? Is it clear? First, you must know what skeptical mind is. If it is clear, put C. Skeptical mind. The whole session is based on your understanding of the definition. Binduji, C. Thank you, Binduji. Unless you understand the definition, then you won't be able to appreciate the whole session. Next question. Roughly, I use the word roughly. What percentage of people have a skeptical mind? Give me a number. You can choose 25%, 50%, 75%, or 100%. Give me a number. Don't worry about whether the number is right or wrong, because that will make it more interesting, your response. Okay, 75% Vishnaji, Endraji, Shajimarji, 25, Binduji, 90%. Okay, so it goes all the way from 25 to 90%. I'm not going to give the answer. Correct response. By the end of this session, I will repeat the very same question. At that time, some of you may want to change your own rating. Those who put 25 may put 75, those who put 75 may put 25. That's going to happen. Skepticism requires disbelief and curiosity, not conformity to conventional wisdom. The second, that one, not only disbelief and curiosity. Rush Limbaugh, American political commentator, he used to have a radio show, a TV program also. Mere disbelief, oh, I don't think it's right. That is disbelief. You doubt. But many people, they don't have the curiosity to find out what is the truth. They simply disagree. But if you ask them, okay, you are disagreeing, so why do you disagree? I don't know. I don't think it is right. Am I right? This is what many people. Am I right? If I am right, put R. Many people, they may doubt, they may disagree, but they don't have the curiosity to find out what is the truth. Yes, Tendraji agreed. Yes. So that is why the talk is very relevant. This talk is very important because the significant number of people, they doubt, but they don't have the curiosity to find out the truth, fact. Veronica wrote, my skepticism is strong, but my curiosity is stronger. I'm going to share from my own personal experience. Because if I don't share my personal experience, then you won't be able to understand. That is what the purpose of my giving this talk. I'm sure that everybody is aware of COVID, 2020, worldwide pandemic. That's a fact. I told you I'm going to share facts, then experience. Then before the end of 2020, they came out with a vaccine, COVID vaccine. And they claimed if you take 2 shots, 2 doses, protects you from getting COVID, it will prevent the spread. Am I right? Do you agree? If you agree, put A. These are the claims. It will protect you from getting COVID and it will prevent the spread. Am I right? If you agree, put A. Yeah, agree. So, that is a fact. I'm a medical doctor and I have been in the USA for more than nearly 30 years. And for I look at facts. I have a skeptical mind. Because every year in this country, they give flu vaccine. Flu is a virus, just like COVID is a virus. Polio is also a virus. Every year they give, and every year the CDC, that is Center for Disease Control, they publish a list of top 10 causes of death in this country. Top 10 causes. And always this flu and flu-related complications is one of the top 10. Tell me. Nearly 30 to 70,000 people, they die. Not even once I took a flu shot. Whereas some of my co-workers, nurses, doctors who had the flu shot, they were down with flu. Is it because I'm a Superman? No, I don't have any claim that I'm a Superman. The point I'm trying to make is, your immunity, that is the one to protect you from a viral infection. If that virus keeps on mutation, you must have heard, the flu virus, the COVID virus, they keep on changing the structure. When the virus keeps on mutating, the shot you are getting, that won't be able to protect you because this has mutated and it has become a different form. To make you understand easily, this was Gopal and Nair earlier. Now it has become Ramakrishna Pillai. And from Ramakrishna Pillai, it has become Muralidhara Menon. So it keeps on changing. So what the vaccine was to protect you from Gopal and Nair, it won't work for Ramakrishna Pillai. If it works for Ramakrishna Pillai, it won't work for Muralidhara Menon. Have I made it easy to understand? Is it clear now? If it is clear, put C. Then I'm going to explain further. It's very important, that skeptical mind. Is it clear now? Okay, Rajendraji. So, I was thinking, this COVID, that is the coronavirus, is a cousin of flu virus. It's a cousin. If one is Nair, the other is Pillai. Same family. So if it keeps on mutating, then this vaccine is not going to work. There, I use this skeptical mind and I use the logic, facts, and all those things. And you know, in USA, the maximum number of deaths occurred in USA. A population of around 33 crores and a death more than 10 lakhs. And what about Nigeria? Nigeria, a population of 22 crores, almost 2/3. The total number of deaths, less than 5,000. And over it is a poor country. No hand washing and everything. No hygiene. Why? How do you explain this one? So that is where the natural immunity comes into play. What about polio virus, polio vaccine? During my house surgency days, that was 50 years back, when I was a house surgeon in the SAT hospital, Women and Children Hospital, every week we used to see 2 to 4 kids with polio. That is, in a year, we used to see 100 to 200 kids in one hospital. I'm talking about only one hospital, the entire India. So the number you can imagine. Now, after aggressive vaccination, virtually polio is eradicated. We don't see any polio cases. So there the virus doesn't mutate. The polio virus doesn't mutate just like the flu virus or coronavirus. It works. So far, are you able to understand what I am talking about? If you understand, put U. If you understand what I am talking about, U. Yes, thank you, Raji. Because I don't talk nonsense. I don't want to mislead you. I don't want to misguide you. And based on that one, I decided not to take COVID vaccine. And in USA, they were offering $100 if you go and take a COVID vaccine. $100, the government was offering $100. Temptation. I didn't. And I have many doctor friends also. When I shared my thoughts about it, you are stupid. Do you know this one is recommended by WHO, CDC, then Dr. Fauci, who is the spokesperson for the White House, is an ID expert. You are unnecessarily risking your life. I said, no. If I have good natural immunity, yes. Otherwise, even if I take a vaccine, it is not going to help me. Now, 4 years have passed. And some of my own friends, doctor friends, one gentleman, he's in Trivandrum, ENT surgeon, he had 3 doses and he had COVID twice. And second time, it was very serious. Just 2 weeks back, one of my other friends, he is in USA, he's a cardiologist. He had 6 doses, my dear friends. He had 6 doses. And he contracted COVID and he was hospitalized. He was in the hospital for 6 days. So what I am trying to convey, skeptical mind and curiosity to find out the facts. Just a skeptical mind is not enough. Because I use the facts, evidence. And some of my friends now say, yeah, you are right. Yeah, that day we ignored this one. You are right. So now you understand the power of skeptical mind. And now many people are worried about the side effects of the COVID vaccine. Some reports are coming, oh, those who took the COVID vaccine, they can develop this one, dementia, heart attack, and all those things. Now they are worried about the COVID vaccine they had. Are you convinced that the power of skeptical mind, if you are convinced, put C. I have shared a real life experience-based example. Okay, thank you, Roy ji and Tankumar ji. Okay, Jaychandra ji. And interestingly, just day before yesterday, President Biden, he contracted COVID for the second time. He had 4 shots. So last year he had COVID. Now again he's having COVID. And the guy, the Anthony Fauci, the expert who recommended COVID shots, he used to wear double mask, not one mask. A 95 and other mask. And he never used to go out to mingle with the crowd. He also contracted COVID, even after 4 doses and double masking. So the whole thing, I have my own other reasons to suspect. I'm not elaborating. Use your own common sense and find out why the vaccine was aggressively marketed. People who lack critical mind are gullible and can be brainwashed easily. They will blindly believe and accept lies and fake promises. Politicians manipulate them. Do you understand this one? If you understand, put you. And I'm going to show you real life examples also. Because it is my own quote. Yes, Roy Chiranji. If my own quote, that is my own brainchild. Obviously, I must be able to substantiate with evidence. Thank you, Jaychandra ji. Thank you. The most outrageous lies can be invented will find believers if a person only tells them with all his might. Mark Twain. What it means is, if you're telling a lie, you must use your body language, everything, and make it very strong. If you say the lie with all strong that might, people will believe it. That's the point. Just a lie. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. If you're telling a lie and your body language is not strong, yes, that is it. I will do this one. I will this one when you are not going to do anything. This is a lie. But when your body language, everything, yes, I promise. I will give. I will do. And people will believe. Do you agree? If you agree, yeah, would agree. Because your body language and everything, if it matches, yes, Roy Chiranji, if it matches, then others will believe. Now, real life example I'm going to share. If you are allergic to facts, I cannot help you. Because Nehru's words, facts are facts. A lie told often enough becomes the truth. Lenin also said the same thing. Hitler also, this is what he used to do. Make the lie big. Make it simple. Keep saying it. And eventually, they will believe it. And what happened in India recently? What happened in India recently? India Alliance Katakat. Modi. Rahul Gandhi said Katakat, Katakat. I watched that video. If you have not watched the video, watch the video. Katakat. In UP, I'm saying that June 5th, we will come to power. If we come to power, 8,500 rupees, July 5th, in your bank account, Katakat, Katakat. Then August 5, again 8,500, Katakat, Katakat. September, 8,500, Katakat, Katakat. That Hitler said that, you say it repeatedly. Repeated that one with a strong body language. And Modi, they underestimated. They thought that people won't believe it. They thought people won't believe it. No. No, what happened? I'm going to show you some more slides. What happened? Hitler, whatever they did, it worked here also. Smita Irani also hits out at Rahul Gandhi on Katakat, Katakat remark. This is what he did. Rahul Gandhi promised 1 lakh government, 1 lakh, then government jobs, etc. for poor people. Several women in UP now gather outside Congress office demanding 8,500 rupees promised. In Bengaluru also, outside the post office, women, they gathered thinking that they will get the 8,500. Is this information, are you aware of this information? If you are aware, put A. If you are aware of this fact, I have shared only facts. These are verifiable. No, Sanal Kumar, no. Okay. I want to know how many of you are aware of this fact. Okay, Pradap is aware. And so, this is what happened. Jayachandraji, no. Because a lie repeated, then obviously in India, millions of people are poor. Not everybody is rich. Many people are unemployed, especially women. And when somebody says that you don't have to do anything, you vote for me. If you come to power, 8,500 rupees, Katakat, 1 year, 1 lakh. Yay! Where is that skeptical mind? They will immediately vote for that person. Am I right? If I am right, put R. I'm apolitical. I'm giving the facts only. That's all. I want you to think. I want everybody to think. Right. Thank you, Srimaniji. Right. So that is why when they didn't get, they started going to the Congress office and other places. But it works. The point is, people don't have skeptical mind. I told the politicians, they find it easy to brainwash. This is brainwashing. So that is what happens. This is one example only. Garibi Hatao. In 1971 election, that was the slogan, Indira Gandhi. I'm sure that some people who are above the age of 60, they know this slogan. Roy MCG, and Jayachandraji, I think that you are aware of this slogan. Garibi Hatao. Landslide victory. Oh, yes. That's a tall promise. Eradicate poverty. Yeah, I'm poor. Okay, they will eradicate poverty. If there's a skeptical mind, how will you eradicate poverty? How? Did they ask that person, leader, how? Nobody asked. Nobody asked, how are you going to? What kind of a strategy? What kind of a plan? Nobody asked. They all went and put the votes. Is the poverty eradicated? 1971, now 2024? No. Are these two examples really convincing? If it is convincing, put C, my dear friends. Because I am trying to, yes, thank you, Salkumari. I am trying to make my presentation meaningful and insightful with the real examples, not fictional, not imaginary. Paul Davies, English physicist, on God. In science, a healthy skepticism is a professional necessity, whereas in religion, having belief without evidence is regarded as virtue. That's the main problem. Religion, no, don't ask for evidence. You must have faith. Science, where is the evidence? So that is one of the reasons, long time back, Roy MCG, you must be knowing this fact. In Bible, the earth, it is the sun which goes around the earth, according to the Bible. When Galileo, when he invented a telescope and he looked through the telescope and he said, no, it is not the sun, it is the earth which is revolving. So that was against the belief of the religion. And he was put under house arrest. He told the truth, he discovered something, and he was in house arrest. So that is what the religion and science. One is blindly believe. The other one is open your eyes and look for evidence. Okay. This is from Genesis. According to the Genesis, my dear friends, I want to make sure I'm not against any particular religion. There are plenty of similar examples in Hindu religion also, in Islam also. But for want of time, for it easy to understand easily, I'm showing this one. Don't think that I am an anti-Christian or anything. Example, real example I have to show. That is why. On day one, light was created. God created light. On day two, the sea and sky. Day three, land and plants. Day four, sun, moon, stars. The sun was created on day 4. Day 5, fish and birds. Day 6, animals and humans. How many of you were aware of this? If you are not aware, before I showed this one today, put no. Because I want to know whether this is a new information for you. So Revendranathji was aware. What about others? No. Krishnaji, no. Anybody else? No. Dr. Sivasudan, no. To be frank, I myself was not aware. I myself was not aware till last week. When I started doing all my reading and research, I came across this information. I was not aware. Now the next, this one, read that one carefully. That is very interesting. I have serious problems with the fundamentalist Christians and their creationist theories. Although I believe that scripture is divinely inspired and infallible, I have a hard time going along with the belief that the whole creation process occurred in 6 24-hour days. My skepticism is due in part skepticism to the fact that the Bible says that sun was not created until the 4th day of creation. I have a hard time figuring how 24 hours could have been measured. You get it? And another also skepticism, how come the day one light? Without sun, how did the light come into this one? Royji, do you agree? This one is? So, with a skeptical mind, if I look at that one, no. The same way in Hindu, this one also, so many gods. So many gods. How come that is a Lord Ganesha with an elephant head? Okay? With a skeptical mind, if you look at that one, no way. Okay? You will be able to. So, religion, faith-based. That's the point. The science is evidence-based, a skeptical mind. Education has failed in very serious way to convey the most important lesson science can teach. What that lesson? Skepticism. Skepticism. The schools teachers, do they encourage children to have a skeptical mind? If you have a skeptical mind, doubting mind, questioning mind, you will ask many questions. How? Why? A skeptical mind will ask questions. How? Why? The children ask that how? Why? The teacher will get angry because the teacher doesn't know. The teacher doesn't know the answers. And they will shout at the children. Just listen to me. And by that one, they kill that skepticism. Children are not encouraged to develop a skeptical mind. Do you understand? Do you agree? If you agree, put A. That is how the children, by the time they complete their formal education, they become stupid, most of them. Most of them are stupid. Even after MA, PhD, they are good for working as a police constable or a bus conductor. There's no thinking involved. To become a bus conductor, you need only +2 qualification. And you go all the way. BA, BSc, MA, MSc, PhD. Then you go for that job. Am I right? Am I right? Because there's no thinking involved. People are just like that. They are imitating. They are following blindly others, what others are doing. Very right. Thank you, Rendraji. And even parents also, they are also responsible for crushing the skeptical mind. Young children, 2-year-old, could ask many questions. Why, what, how, and all those things. Gone. That curiosity. Killed by the parents. That is where Thomas Alva Edison, when he went to the school, he had a formal education only for 3 or 4 months. And it is that he asked some questions and the teachers found him a nuisance. They found him a nuisance. So the school principal called his mother and he made many negative about her son, and she immediately removed him. She removed him from the school. Homeschooling. She gave him books to read, taught him reading, and his curiosity was not killed. And we know history. How many inventions? Electric bulb, music, so many, nearly some 1,000 patents to his name, because his mother saved him from that school. So this happened in the 19th century. Now it is very common, more common. Take on the street. The former chairman of United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Investors should start with a view of skepticism. They should become intellectual investors rather than emotional investors. They should be careful and they should be skeptical. My dear friends, you know how many scams. High rich, total for you. All these financial scams, because people don't even skeptical mind. How can he make the money double? A 12th grader, Shabrinath, in 6 months, you will get 50% more. In 1 year, the money will double. Okay, all the retired from the pension savings, 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs, they put in that road. Everything is gone. Gaib ho gaya. Aadu manjiyam teku. All these scams. Every day it is happening. Why? No skeptical mind. No skeptical thinking before you put your money anywhere. My personal experience, I don't go for that one. My father, never. Certain things I learned from my own father. He was never in debt. I know the difference between a need and want. I don't live beyond means. The financial literacy. and the thinking skills. That's not there. Am I right? If I'm right, put R. And some of my own friends again, doctor friends, they lost money, lot of money. Some Adu Manjin they give. Then other people, Sterling Resort. Other guy, again, in some other cooperative bank. Money is gone. No skeptical mind. Thank you, Raji. Before putting, if you are putting money in a bank or in mutual fund, then okay, you can be sure. They are not offering the moon. There again, in the mutual fund also, they have the high risk returns, then medium risk, low risk. And you have to take into consideration your age. If you are around the age of, above the age of 55, don't go and put money in a high risk, high return. High risk, high return. Go for a low risk, low return. Young age, yeah, you can. So skeptical mind. But any other guys or any other firms offering a high returns and all those, don't fall for that one. That's the take-home message. People who watch my video recording, please remember, take this point. Most of the time, you will lose all your money if you don't have a skeptical mind. One good school master is of more use than 100 priests. Going for all this religious education, I'm not going to name what. What do they teach? What do they teach? Science? No. They create bias. They inject hatred. They become highly fanatical, and some of the terrorists are because of that religious education. Do you agree? If you agree, put A. If you just trace the terrorists, where did they get that idea from? Yes, Roger, where did they get the idea to go and kill somebody? That is the so-called religious teaching. The priest. A thing not proved because no one has never ever questioned it. Skepticism is the first step toward truth. When death knocks at the door, skepticism flies out the window. A serious cardiovascular fright, and a person will even believe a Little Red Riding Hood. That Little Red Riding Hood is a fictional character. People will believe anything. When you are frightened, that is why that COVID again, that phobia. Anything, you take turmeric, you take this one, you take that one. Whatever that one, people are not even using logical. Drink cow milk. No, cow urine of the cow. Yeah, that will cure. Okay, they will drink urine of the cow. Everything right. Skeptical mind out. Tell people an invisible man in the sky created all things. They believe you. Tell them what you have painted is wet. They have to touch it to believe. This George Carlin is a genius. Don't you agree? If you tell them it is wet, they go and touch it. If they're not convinced. But you tell them, okay, there is a God above, there is heaven, there is hell, they have not seen, nobody has seen where the heaven is, where the hell is. But they believe. That is it. But this one, they won't. They want to touch that one. It is always easier to believe than to deny. Our minds are naturally affirmative, American naturalist. See, that is why when the parents, you have to be careful as a parent or grandparent. The children, they have not developed that skeptical mind. If they ask you how, and if you give a stupid explanation or wrong this one, they will believe that, they will accept it. And it is going to be with them for the rest of their life. Do you get this point? It's very important. Because they don't have the skeptical. That is why they catch the young and go for all the study classes. In the colleges, all these political parties, they have the study class. They recruit actively, immediately join in the class. They brainwash. They are not mature enough to understand. They will talk about this ism, that ism, everything. You understand? If you understand, put you. Be careful. Don't let your children be brainwashed by the religious leaders, fanatics, as well as the political this one. Never let them. It is your responsibility to protect them. Okay, thank you, Jason ji. Don't just teach your children how to read. Teach them to question what they read. Teach them to question everything. George Carlin again. Upcoming talks. That is the next week, Thursday. Brain fog. Restless mind. Same Zoom link. Thank you for joining. Any questions before that? I would like to ask you now. First question. What percentage of people? Now, very same question. Do you think? I have a skeptical mind. 28%, 50, 75, or 100. Now, Roy Chire says 10%. What about others? Would you like to revise your earlier score? Or are you still, again, holding on to that one? Devendra 20. Bindu also dropped down from 90 to 20. Good, Binduji, because right now you are listening. One should not feel ashamed. One should not think, ego should not come in the way. Oh, earlier I said 90. What will others think if I say now 20? No. That one because you are not aware. Now I have made you aware. Now you have understood. It's perfectly okay to change one's opinion based on facts. That's a long time back in Malayalam, they say, Aiprayam Irumbolakke alla. Aiprayam Irumbolakke alla. So it is not something, okay. Jayachandra 50 to 60, okay. But if that were so, look at that UP. The BJP lost more than 35 seats. That means millions of people who voted for the very same BJP last time. You must understand. They voted for BJP last time. This time what happened? What did the BJP do? You follow me? They didn't hurt them, but they promised. Katakat 8,500. It's 35 seats. If they had that 35 seats, it would have been single party majority. It would have been 275. Now it is a coalition government because lies. Hitler, Lenin, it worked. Do you agree, Jayachandran ji? Now put A. I have given you solid facts because I am a person who closely follows whatever is happening around. Very closely. Yes, very closely. And look at that one again. There's no skepticism here. The politicians, they don't. Every big mass shooting in the USA, because there is no gun control laws, good gun control law. The number of guns, more than the number of people, population around 33 crores, the number of guns around 40 crores. Okay? 40 crores. Then you are wondering, oh, how could this happen? How could this happen? It will happen. And okay, Jayachandra ji, all those things, everything. That is it. Easy to brainwash. They know. Politicians never underestimate a politician. I know that I may not agree with what they are doing, but I appreciate their ability to brainwash. They know how to brainwash. And that is their success. And they have to keep on brainwashing every 5 years. Once in 5 years, they have to go and do the brainwashing. Then only they will be able to get that power. Or they lose the power. Okay, now, if you have any questions or comments, did you find this session again really more than you expected? Did you find this one more than you expected? If it is more than you expected, then put M. More than you expected. M. Okay. Because many people are not aware of this topic. I'm sure that you might not have heard this topic before. Have you heard anybody giving a talk on skeptical mind? Yes or no? Anybody on a topic on skeptical mind? Yes or no? No. Okay, Roger Angie. No. Bindu, no. So that is why, because I take pains to find topics which are not usually in the webinars. So that it will be unique, it will be new, and at the same time, I make sure that it is useful. And I have shared my own personal experience about that COVID vaccine. That itself is because of my skeptical mind. And the other friends, doctors, they are also doctors. Do they have skeptical mind? No. They also know the fact. Yeah, flu shot you are taking every year, and the death is there. And HIV, AIDS, HIV virus, more than 40 years, AIDS was discovered in the early 80s. There's no vaccine for AIDS, no vaccine, because that virus also, just like the coronavirus, keeps on mutating. So what about my own doctor friends? Do they have a skeptical mind? No. Do you get it? They don't have a skeptical mind. And when I have a skeptical mind, they call me, you are stupid. And it took nearly 3 years for them to, yeah, you are right. Now, without saying anything, it is obvious that I was not stupid, they were stupid. It was not I. Okay, any questions? We have one Sudha Matthew, is a new person. Would you like to introduce yourself to the group, Sudhaji? And we have anybody else, new person today? Sudha Matthew, would you like to say something about you?
I have joined in a class before also, doctor.
Okay,
Last
where are you
month I
located?
was there.
Where are you located and what do you do?
I am from Alapi.
Okay.
Alappuzha, Kerala.
Okay. What do you do?
I am a retired teacher.
Okay.
Teacher.
Good. Every week, try to join if possible. And we have Dr. Santosh.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sure.
Santosh, would you like to say something? I told you there is Santosh. He has vast experience.
Yes.
He was in
I'm a
Nagaland.
retired
He was
hand.
in Assam.
No, I was in the army after my MBBS. I joined Indian Army, an Army Medical Corps. I was serving there for 30 years, retired. Then came to Trivandrum, where I belong to. Then I started working in various hospitals as medical superintendent. And some faculty in some one or two medical colleges. And now my job is, babysitting. Because just as Venu has already mentioned, it is like that. Anyway, nice meeting. Because I was attending earlier, but something went wrong with my laptop. That's why I couldn't attend. Anyway, nice thing. Have a nice time.
Okay, Santosh, do you think that what percentage of people have a skeptical mind?
I think even I don't have. Because I think it is circumstances. Sometimes we are having, but if you question, people may question you back, or that feeling is there. Of course, I'm not saying that. I do have, everybody I think have, but we are not utilizing it, or because, just as you have mentioned, if I question somebody, people look at this guy, yeah, he's questioning for everything. That feeling comes. അപ്പം മനുഷ്യർക്ക് അങ്ങനെ ഒരു പ്രയാസം ഉണ്ടാവും. ബാക്കിയുള്ളവര് അതുകൊണ്ടും മിണ്ടാതിരിക്കാം. നമ്മുടെ ഒന്നില്ലേ, മൗനം വിദ്വാന് ഭൂഷണം. Eh?
Yeah, right. Santoshi, because of my where I have a skeptical mind, some of my contacts WhatsApp, whenever they want some doubts to be cleared, they forward the message to me. Is it true? When they get a WhatsApp message, they forward it to me because from my research, they are lazy. They are not willing to do the research. They are doubtful and they are lazy, and they just forward it to me. Is it true? Is it right? What is your opinion? Making me do the whole homework, research.
That's nice. Thanks.
So I have earned a reputation because of my having a skeptical mind. If I
You
say
mentioned.
yes, it is true, yes, that is the final acceptance, clearance from me. If I say no, then no. And if I get free time, yes, I do. Then this, at least in the last 1 week, some 5 messages, some health related, some non-health related, other things. And I found that 4, that is 80% of them were fake. Then I told them that is fake. That's not true. Then that source also, I usually share that one, that link, where exactly. Because I am providing them, my opinion is based on this fact. Anybody else, you want to ask a question? Nobody has a skeptical mind? I encourage it. I encourage that one. Because the nurses who work with me, they always loved that is the way I approach things. Because I ask questions, why, what, when, all those things. And with the patient also. And the patients, most of the patients, they don't have a skeptical mind. So ask them, okay, so you are taking this tablet, okay, once only. What's the reason? I don't know. Wait, there must be a reason. You say you don't know, then because my friend told me that you don't need 2 tablets because his blood pressure is high. So that's why. And okay, is your friend a doctor? No. So your friend is not a doctor. Okay, but your friend says you don't need to take 2, and you are taking that one. Then what is the rationale? Like that, I make them think. The Socratic method. Socrates actually encouraged a skeptical mind. He made the youngsters think. That is why the politicians, they found it, that is, it is something, the youth, they are asking many questions. And the politicians, they came up with many, okay, this promise, we'll do this one. Youth ask, how? Why? And they are surprised. Now suddenly the youngsters are asking questions. How come? There's a guy, Socrates, he is making these guys, okay, think. So that is why he was sentenced to death. He was given hemlock poison, Socrates. The crime he did was corrupting the minds of the youth. That was the charge. The charge was Socrates was corrupting the minds of the youth. No, actually he was uncorrupting. He was making them think. That is what I do. Socratic method. I usually always ask why. Why not? Why and why not? Then only they'll think. People don't ask why and why not. Okay, now there are no further questions. I'm going to stop the recording, but let us continue the discussion. Then I'm going to share more stories. During the discussion time, I can share more stories. So I'm going to stop the recording. Share this video with as many friends as possible.